What's going on, guys? William James here, and in this video I want to talk to you about how to master time management for online marketers. Okay, so this is, in my opinion, one of the hardest things that we have to figure out as online marketers. So, guys, if you're new to the channel, my name is William James. Again, I do videos for network marketers, affiliate marketers, course creators, people who are learning online marketing and wanting to start and grow home-based businesses. I specialize in teaching free Facebook marketing strategies. I have a whole group where I teach the ins and outs of how to market on Facebook for free. There'll be a link below this video where you can join the group if you're not already a member. And if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. Let me know what you thought in the comments, and please subscribe to the channel. So with that said, guys, let's dive right in. Time management for online marketers. So, like I said, I think this is one of the hardest things, certainly for me, and I'm going to be brutally honest in this video. Managing my time is, I would say, the hardest part of this whole thing. And, in our culture, we're pretty much trained from a very young age to have somebody else manage our time for us. From the time we're, school age, we're going to school every day, and it's, there's school periods, and when you get home from school, you got to do your homework, and then there's dinner time, and then there's chores, and then there's, like we always have somebody telling us what to do when, pretty much, from when we're kids, and then we go out into the adult world. We get a 9-to-5 job, we have other responsibilities, and pretty much, most people find that they don't have much time to themselves at all, and they certainly don't have much practice in actually disciplining themselves to get stuff done without some other, person or other situation dictating how they spend their time. So it's very difficult to then make the transition to being an entrepreneur where you have to kind of get it done yourself. There's no boss telling you what to do and where to be when. So, this can be equally difficult, I think, for people who are still working a 9-to-5 job, and for people who have, already quit their 9-to-5 job and are doing this full time, like me. Even though I have all day, every day, pretty much to do my business, it can be difficult to have the self-control to really manage my time properly and get everything done. So I want to talk about, first of all, if you have a 9-to-5 job still, it can be very frustrating to try to become an entrepreneur online, because typically people get home from their job and they're tired. They don't have a lot of energy left over, and they've got kids to feed, or various responsibilities that they've got to attend to. They've got to make dinner, they've got to eat, and they pretty much don't have any energy left over to do anything besides watch TV and eat and hang out, and get ready for bed and do it all again the next day. And that pattern is so typical, and it sucks because it's so hard to get out of that, and people feel like they're trapped in this like wage slavery. But we all know that if you want to become an entrepreneur, you have to be able to show more self-control, time management, determination, tenacity than the average Joe, right? There's no way around that. If you want to create a business that's above and beyond the average person, what the average person is doing, then you've got to show more grit than the average person. So what I would advise is, if you're still working a 9-to-5 job, that you really take a look at how many hours are in the day that you actually are not at work, and what are the responsibilities that you actually have to do, and see if you can carve out even an hour or 2 or 3, somewhere in that free time, and decide what's a priority for you to get done, and just be very rigid with creating a schedule. Now, this schedule thing is really the main thing that I want to communicate to you in this video. I've tried different methods of time management, and I had this idea today to just schedule out every single hour of the day and stick to that schedule. I've tried to-do lists. I found to-do lists are reasonably successful, but and this gets into then like what you do when you've got all day every day to work on this stuff. And for those of you who have 9 to 5 jobs, you still got the weekend. So you got 2 days a week where you do have, a good chunk of time that you need to manage. And a lot of folks are just sort of spending time distracted on the internet, like wandering around, watching videos, and they get very distracted and they don't end up getting very much done. So we're a very ADD culture. So scheduling is, I think, going to be the most effective way for me to manage my time. And I want to share with you exactly how I'm going to do this. I've implemented pieces of this before, but this is going to be the most rigorous time management intervention that I'm making on myself right now, because I've been not as consistent as I want to be and not as great at managing my time as I want to be. So I came up with this idea today to create this schedule, and here's my schedule. I just want to show it to you so you get a sense of this. So I literally decided to schedule out every single hour of the day, and I'm using either half hour, 1 hour, or hour and a half blocks just to keep it clear for myself. And what I decided to do is to actually set an alarm for each one of these times on my phone. And I'm going to turn them all on the night before. And then the next day, they're just all going to go off at these times. And I can check my schedule and go, okay, it's 2:30. What am I supposed to be doing? And there's going to be my schedule to keep me on track. So this is my schedule for the day. You can look at it. I wake up at 7 o'clock. I have coffee. By 7:30, I'm engaging on Facebook. 8 o'clock, I'm writing a post for a group, my group, other groups, or my timeline. This can vary depending on whether I'm going to be posting on my timeline that day, how much engaging I'm going to do. If I'm not going to post, I'm just going to engage for half an hour here. If I am going to post, it'll be a longer engaging session, and then I'm writing a post on my timeline. Guys, that brings me to walking and exercise that I have here, which is, I think is really important no matter what you're doing, to have some time in your day that's essentially downtime. Nobody can just work straight. You can't just say like, okay, here's a million things to do and just work all day. You need to have some downtime. And for me, I don't want to be spending my downtime zoning out in front of the computer, like watching videos or something. I want that downtime to be useful. So for me, I care about health and fitness a lot. So I've been doing 1.5 hour walks twice a day. So that's 3 hours of walking a day, and that's really good for you. So I've built in 2.5 hour walks into my schedule, and then I've also got some shoulder mobility issues. So at 10:30 in the morning, I'm going to be doing these shoulder exercises and stretches. So from 9 o'clock until 11 o'clock, that's kind of a physical movement time where I'm going to be walking and stretching, and that's going to allow my brain to relax. I'm not going to have to be stressed out about business. And I actually find that when I'm walking and doing this stuff, often creative ideas for my life and my business come up. Like, I had this idea to make this schedule today while I was on a walk. So that's what I'm going to be doing in the morning. Then 11 o'clock, I'm going to try to make a YouTube video every day. Now, I've often told myself I was going to make YouTube videos every day, and it often ends up being only once a week or something that I actually get it together and make one. So I'm hoping that if I can put it on my schedule, that I'll actually be able to make a YouTube video and send it out in an email to everybody every day. And the thing is with these schedules, like I assume that I'm not gonna always hit it every single day. There's gonna be failure. There's gonna be days where stuff comes up. I just I can't do everything, but that's okay. Having it on the schedule allows me to have something that I can come back to and go, okay, let's get back on track, follow the schedule, right? So I don't eat breakfast until noon. I have breakfast at noon. Then, at 1 o'clock, I'm going to be doing some work, responding to my messages on Facebook, accepting members to my group, and replying to all the comments on my wall in my group and on my other posts and other groups and wherever I'm posting, right? So this is something that I haven't been as consistent about, is replying to all the comments. It's really important for the algorithm, and connecting with people and making sure you get back to people. At 2 o'clock, I'm going to be accepting 20 friend requests is going to be my goal. I get a lot of friend requests and I get behind on them. So every day I'm going to try to accept 20 friend requests and send them out my welcome message, my hello message. 3 o'clock, I have my lunch meal. It's my second meal of the day. And then 3:30, I'm going to do some more engaging on Facebook. 4 o'clock, more miscellaneous work, catch up, maybe do a Facebook Live, some more engaging, whatever that day kind of requires for me to do in terms of business. 5 o'clock is dinner, and I'm done with the day by 5 o'clock. I'm done with working. So I do dinner at 5 o'clock. I walk at 5:30, again, another hour and a half long walk to get 3 hours of walking in. Then I come back, I do my stretching again, and then I have a little workout that I do where I have some dumbbells and I do some arm workouts and dips and sit-ups and foam roll exercises. So those are that indicates some a quick workout that I do. And by 8 o'clock, I turn off my screens, because it's really important to have your screen off before a couple hours before bedtime to allow the blue light effects on your brain to go away and get ready for sleeping. So I'm going to have some reading time, at 8 o'clock, screens are off and I'm reading a book. 9:30, so I do an hour and a half of reading. At 9:30, I like to take a cold shower, as cold as it can be. And again, that has, some different effects, helps you sleep at night. And it's also really good for just self-discipline. It takes out the inflammation from your body. It helps you discipline your mind. It's taking freezing cold showers is really good for you in a lot of ways. So I do that right before bed. And then 10 o'clock, I'm going to turn on all my alarms on my phone to make sure they're all set for the next day. And then it's lights out at 10 o'clock. So that's the schedule, guys. For me anyway, that's what I'm going to be trying to be doing. And we'll see how successful I can be with this. My hope is that having the schedule will allow me to, at least be reasonably on track most of the time, even if I fall off and things come up. Obviously, that happens. But I think I did a video, the last video I did was about consistency. And I was talking about how the best you can hope for with consistency is to have kind of a wave-like pattern of consistency, where sometimes you're not very consistent, but then you get back up and you keep going. And so you're never going to be perfectly doing exactly what you should be all the time. But as long as you, recover every time that you slip up and you keep trying to stay on track, that's much better than just kind of drifting through your day, doing things when you feel like it, if you feel like it. And I think that's kind of how I had been operating for a long time. And I'm always fighting against that, where I know I'm sort of supposed to do certain things for my business or whatever, or workouts or whatever it is that I want to be doing. But some days, I just don't feel like it, so I don't do it. And then in general, stuff kind of falls behind. So anyway, guys, let me know in the comments if you like this video. Give me a thumbs up, and just be thinking about, what would you put on your schedule? Obviously, my schedule is going to be very, very different from a lot of people's schedule, but I think this idea is super helpful in terms of, just how to keep yourself on track. And we all have stuff. If you want to accomplish, a goal in your life, like a real goal, like being financially free, right? That's a big goal. You've got to have the self-discipline to do what it takes to get there, right? And having a plan that is daily and rhythmical, that you do the same thing every day, is just so important to achieving any type of a goal. And so, for me, I've just gotten to the point where I'm like, all right, my goals are too big for me to be wasting any time. So I'm going to just, reinforce this schedule. I'm going to have timers on my phone, and I'm going to see if I can do it, and I was talking about this in the last video as well with consistency, that I'm not going to tell myself that I'm going to stick to this schedule for the rest of my life, but I'm going to say, let's see if we can do it for a week, right? I'm just going to say, I want to play a little game with myself and see if I can stick to that schedule for a week. And if I can do it, then, maybe we'll do another week or a month, or we'll see what happens. But this, I think, is a really good way to keep yourself uh, on track and accomplishing the things that you want to accomplish without getting too distracted. And the cool thing is that the more you accomplish, the more on track you are, the better you feel about yourself. And so you're not going to be spending as much time sort of feeling down about yourself and your business. Before I was, uh, you know, pretty serious about doing this business stuff, I would spend a lot of time, feeling bad about myself, just feeling like I wasn't up to snuff. I wasn't good enough. I wasn't doing enough. I wasn't, I just, other people were successful and I wasn't. All these negative thoughts about myself. And it's really important to get rid of those negative thoughts. And the best way to get rid of negative thoughts, as far as I'm concerned, is not, giving yourself a pep talk and telling yourself you're beautiful and you love yourself and all that kind of thing. Uh, as far as I'm concerned, the best way to get over negative self-talk is to get shit done, to to actually accomplish some goals, and then you have some reason to feel good about yourself. So this will allow me to go to bed every night feeling good about myself and what I've done that day, and that's going to be huge. So anyway, hope you guys like this video. Again, give me a comment, give me a thumbs up if you like this video. Feel free to share it, and please subscribe to the channel if you dig this content. All right, guys, without further ado, I'm going to sign off and let you get back to your day. Thanks for watching. We'll talk next time. Bye.